be useful for me.
Okay. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. All praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, just an introduction. My name is Raj Mohammed Hanif. I'm chairman of UKTM. So today's program is about understanding the latest white paper of the immigration changes come across recently. There's been quite a bit of anxiety in our community to trying to understand a bit better. So although I understand it's all very hazy at the moment, a lot of speculation is going on. Just before we start, I just want to give a brief intro about UKTM for those who are signing up first time. UKTM is a social group which is mainly predominantly focused on UK people who live in UK and speak Tamil and Muslims by faith. And that means we have the enterprise group where we do social service activities to empower the community. And we have various chapters and marriage and alliance, children empowerment, medical chapter, and career and education chapter. In that context, this program is on that lines. It's a career education initiative, which immigration comes part of the career program. And we do have a couple of industry experts, Brother Advocate Navas and Brother Abdul Rahim. Both they would do their self introduction. So I first invite Abdul Rahman to come and introduce himself, and then Brother Nawaz can introduce himself, and after that we will have the format is general Q&A, because there is no prepared content to share, I believe. It mainly we can keep this an interactive session. There are a couple of brothers who sent questions. I can read that out later. So for first, let's invite Brother Abdul Rahim, please.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. I am Abdul Rahman. I've been in immigration law for the past 21 years, and I do immigration only. And I've started my practice recently of my own, and I do anything in immigration, especially sponsorship, family migration, and business migration.
Okay. Brother Navas.
My name is Advocate Olavakkode Navas. I am born and brought up in India, nearby Tamil Nadu, Kerala. Most of the family is based in Tamil Nadu, Coimbatore, and Sri Lanka, Talaimana. So I am a part of the Tamil community, but basically born and brought up in Kerala. And I completed my 25 years of practice, various region of the globe, especially in the Middle East, Dubai International Court, and England and Wales, and all over the India. And I'm practicing in immigration law in Europe and America and everywhere. I'm equipped with a very good common law principle, and we are specialized in immigration, and we do all humanitarian grounds and other grounds, not only immigration. This is basically the common law principle. Common law principle is the ethical value of the British law. So we studied, and I completed my management course from the UK, and me and families, we have maintaining office in London and Manchester and Newcastle. We are maintaining business over the Africa and practice in Middle East as well. My family is in Manchester. I have 2 kids and my wife. This is regarding my. Thank you for your kind inviting me for this auspicious occasion, especially not only this is a function for the legal. This is a stand for the social cause. Thank you again, all of mainly in Tamil Community Muslim Association. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam. Jazakallah for your nice intro, both of you. So let's begin the session. I don't know how do you want to do this? Do you want to give a brief understanding of what the current? I'll keep it open. Each one can take that, or I can go start with the questions, or you can start with just giving your take on what the changes are, and then we can open up for questions. And if anybody has a question, you can raise your hand up, and then we can entertain that way. Or I can put a general question. So what Navas brother, what do you think is the most significant changes in this recent paper? What is the highlight? What is the main?
I can, thank you for your question. And I can give one general awareness of this white paper. White paper is not a law or not fully intended to become a law. This is only a submission before the parliament and before the people of the country by the ruling government. They are facing one issue regarding migration. In same time, the Home Secretary says in their white paper, our country is a interconnected and outward-looking nation. Our history and geography mean that for generations, British people have traveled overseas to live and work, and people have come here to UK to study, work, invest, or seek sanctuary. It means they are not against the immigration. They are facing one issue. So they are submitting one paper before the parliament and in front of the people for discussion. After discussion only, they will move to next level of step. So in introduction, I'm saying in my understanding in this much years practice and general awareness of the common law principle, this whole submission not become a law. So don't need to big panic. That is my humble submission before this meeting. This is only a white paper, not a law. It will become a law, part not fully. This is my submission. Thanks for your invitation. Please proceed, other person, please.
Okay. Just a second. Somebody's asking me there is some background noise. Can we please ask whoever is not speaking? Yeah, please, whoever not speaking, please be on mute. Somebody's facing audio issues. Okay, I'm not hearing any background noise, but we can proceed. Brother Abdul, what is your take on the white paper? What do you think?
Yeah,
What's happening?
my take on the white paper is, my opinion is, they are trying to tighten the immigration laws. So for ages, long ages, it was only 5 years for settlement for PBS migrants, like skilled workers and similar other roads, especially skilled workers now. They are trying to make it 10 years now, subject to approval of the parliament and all this thing is. But from past history, even if the parliament does not approve, they can still go about implementing the law. They've done it before. And one more thing is, there is a lot of speculation about whether existing migrants will be affected by the new law of making it 10 years to settle in the UK. But these BBC and these fellows have investigated or interviewed people and found out that government has plans to implement the new law for migrants who are already in the UK on work route. That's a big concern now. It's going to affect mostly all migrants who have not settled yet. Because I even saw a video of the discussion in the parliament that there is a talk about, okay, people who are already who are yet to come to the UK, they'll have to think over, because the settlement is going to be after 10 years. So they may think of migrating elsewhere rather than coming to the UK. And people who are already in the UK, they may think of leaving because it's going to take a lot of more time for them to get settled. So what this means is that they are going to implement it for even people who are already in the UK. That's my view of it. And this is the chief thing going on now. Otherwise, the on top of all these things is they are thinking of raising the minimum skill level, and they are going to make it RQF 6 or above for work visas. And they are trying to bring back the resident labor test. That's there partly, but they want to emphasize it for all the individuals. And previously we had the rule was like, you can get into a skilled worker occupation, either you have the relevant qualification or you have relevant experience. For a while, that one was not much emphasized or implemented. They are going to bring all those things back now. And of course, the fees, they keep on increasing it, and that's usual for them. And they are going to cut down the total of health and care visa. That's because they feel the system was abused in 2022-23, and loads of people have come and they have made other citizens who are already here and taxpayers to be in the same queue as these people, and the schools, hospitals, and everything was overwhelming. Even the housing was in demand everywhere. So that's the reason they are trying to curb all those health and care sector visas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have one question from brother. I can't read the name, but yeah. So he's asking. He is in UK for the last 4 years with the skilled worker visa.
Yeah.
Would the new changes impact him? He is concerned whether it would impact him. So the basic, everybody is thinking that whatever this white paper will proceed to become a law, and will that affect the people who have already been promised with the hope of getting the settlement? Would that impact? Is there a law to not to happen? I can understand any new thing can start with people who are coming new rather than who already been promised something. So what is your view? Would that impact people who are already here?
As per the scenario prevailing now, the government has plans to implement it for people who are already here.
Okay.
Although the rule is, I think it's by the constitution, I believe, that any law should not be applied retrospectively.
Okay.
But this one, making a new law applicable to people who are already in the country, it is applying retrospectively. That is unjust and unfair. But still, our UK government has a history of doing it in the past with HSMP, Highly Skilled Migrant Program route, as well as they applied it for Tier 2. Previously, it was known as Work Permit route. They applied it and did not withdraw it.
Okay.
People made noise, they made demonstrations, they went to court, they went up to Apex Court, and HSMP Forum won the case. So it was ruled that people who had done 4 years on HSMP must be granted indefinite leave to remain after 4 years. But by the time this case was allowed, 5 years passed, so everyone got indefinite leave on that basis. So our government is notorious of doing this in the past. So my opinion is they'll do
It
it
can
now
be
also.
applicable. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
So
capable
you're
of doing it now also. Yeah.
okay. So generally, I understand your answer is generally it won't be the case, but in the past we have
Yeah, based on the
scenarios
past
where
experience, I'm saying.
yeah, there
And
is a possibility that this can become applicable to already here in UK. So,
because,
Brother Nawaz, a question to you:
yeah,
how long does a white paper to become a law? Is there a generic time frame? How takes you know, say for somebody in fourth year, if you say the white paper takes couple of years, then they are fine, isn't it? So like that. So
Yeah.
they want to understand the time frame of general time white paper becomes a law.
Uh, Thank you for questioning. And I am appreciate my colleagues' suggestions and everything. But I have another view of uh, uh, another view in this law, because retrospective effect is very significant. And I call your attention on white paper document if you have. Otherwise, I can submit you. As per this white paper submission, page number 71 and 278, the white paper deliver the action we need to meet all those pledge. In that section itself, they saying 280, the prime minister said in his 28 November speech, it won't be quick or easy, but we are going to turn these things around, not with a gimmicks, but with a graft. Government that will not rest until foundation are fixed, our borders are secured, and Britain is rebuilt. Many of these measures will take time to deliver their effects. Some will require new legislation, others will require a change in approach across government, industry, and society and world. It means take time, take time, and retrospective effect. We have getting the chance to challenge. In my practical knowledge, currently the dependent visa not allowed for 6135 and 6136. In my experience, I am getting the visa. I am getting the visa. This is not a gimmick or magic. This government is on the based on the humanitarian and based on the case by case. 6135 without child, with the child, I am getting the dependent visa. Why? Rule is totally against. In this
Okay.
experience knowledge, I am saying the people are in living in this country, they have a right. We could, as a lawyer, I am believing the UK government common law principle. Definitely, they have a right. It will succeed. We can challenge or we can succeed. That's why I'm giving the confidence to the client. Don't panic. But
Okay.
you have weapon with the rights. That is very important.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
difference
So
between me and Mr. my learned friend.
okay. So
Yeah,
that we can have different views based on
yeah, because we
it's
need
all
to be different.
opinions.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I,
So
I am
one more
appreciate
question.
Mr. Abdul Rahman
Yeah.
view,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
result the defense is there.
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
So
Thank
one
you.
more
defense is
question
there
is that
because there is already a principle, the legitimate expectation principle. Based on that, we can argue and we can fight and defend. But that's all after the refusal. That's what I meant.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Understood. So there's another question asking, so I prefer the questions to be more on a generic nature, but people are worried about their case, so they're putting it across. If you don't have an answer, that's fine. Those uh, who have specific questions, you can contact our experts privately later on. Will the contact numbers will be, communicated. So the question is. one of my cousin just got PSW. Will he be able to bring his wife if he gets married? Is that, or do you think that will impact on the current laws? Will that allow him? Do you think? Or is it a private
No,
question we
by
can keep?
current by current law he cannot bring. There is no provision for applying for a PSW dependent visa at all from abroad.
Okay, good. Let's move on. Okay, so then another
Why,
question from
I have another view in this
okay,
same
please go
question.
ahead. Yeah,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
PSW, I applied last 2-3 months before for the dependent child. Some other way. They appreciate that application. She reached, that baby reached here, and I applied another application. Case by case, different
Okay.
tactics is there as per the
Okay,
law.
okay, understand. So you take
Okay,
a different
thank you.
approach, but Abdul Rahman is in general principle is saying that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. There is
yeah,
no provision for
clear-cut rule.
applying
Yeah,
for a PSW. Yeah.
yeah. Understood. So another person is saying, I'm also in the UK for the last 4 years. Is it good to take a life at UK test now? If any changes come to the, then do I need to take the exam again? So he's asking, do I wait for the white paper to settle down and become a law, or should I, if he takes the test, he might have to take it again. So he's just confused on the timing on taking the test. Is that is it if it's relevant question? We can entertain. If not, we can move on.
No, it's relevant anyway because life in UK test it has no expiry date. So even if he
Okay.
takes it now, whenever
Yeah.
he's going to apply for settlement, it will be useful. Only the English test expires in 2 years.
Okay. So before I go to the question on the chat, I did receive another question through WhatsApp earlier. So let me go to that one. Okay, when I'm trying to find that, I'll send you another question. So one brother has took government funded skill boot camp for coding. Does this affect his ILR? So he's taken funds from the government. So taking, claiming funds from government, would that impact his ILR application?
No, for what reason did he take the funds?
For enhancing his skill, the boot camp for coding. Coding means it's your career related. So I think one of the rules could be that you should not be claiming any funds from government. So he's worried if he declares that he is taken funds from the government to do some program, would that generally affect his ILR?
No, wow. Because the list of public funds which the government is maintaining, these kind of things are not coming up in the list. Only if you
Okay.
take any of those kind of things, it can affect. But he has to disclose it in his making the application.
Okay, understood. So I'll move on to the next question. So this question is, does a person become eligible for ILR if they have lived in the UK for 10 years and under any visa which did not have a settlement option like ICT, intra-company, and are currently on a skilled work visa? Does the time start only the person moves into a skilled worker visa? So he wants to know whether the time frame for the qualification of ILR, when the clock starts, does he have to be on the skilled visa, or he is an intra company? Will the timing start from there, or do you know? Anybody can take.
Mr. Navas, you want to answer this?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I can explain with
Your camera is very shaky. Can you keep it in one place, brother?
Yeah.
It's horizontal. Can you turn it around if you don't mind?
Okay.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, thank you.
This is okay.
Yeah. Please keep it stationary. It's quite shaky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Uh,
Yeah, please go ahead. Do you want to repeat my question?
No, I understand. Any legal permitted visa route reach up to 10 years without the break of the legal stay, the applicant should be qualified for ILR, long residency 10 years. For example, 3 skilled worker visa extension by husband and wife not qualified for 5-year skilled worker means one person is skilled worker visa, they reach in 4 years. Some other reason, the husband is changed and a skilled worker visa, wife is dependent, then turn like that, and they reached in a 3 turn up to 10 years, they are qualified for the long residency. Another instance, I'm explaining through examples. If it is one illegal person, 20 years completed and qualified for a private life, their 10-year legal stay also qualified for long residency. Means any legal stay up to 10 years without breaking, he is for long residency. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So can you explain about the private life visa? If a child was born in the UK and lived for 7 years in a valid work permit dependent visa, will he or she be eligible
Yeah, she is,
for?
she is eligible for 7-year route child.
Okay, understood. So another question is, what might happen to those who have taken loans in the UK during the work visa? Would that matter, taking loans?
That is not normally asked for in the application form.
Mhm.
Have you taken any loan? Unlike the other ones, have you been involved in any criminal activities or criminal conviction, or have you taken public funds? Likewise, this one is not a question there. So
Okay.
that should not affect their ILR.
Okay, understood. So, okay, the next question is to Brother Navas. Historically, we understand the government had implemented a retrospective change to HSMP visa, and then the HSMP forum had appealed this in the court and won it. The question is, do we have similar forum for skilled workers who will be representing all skilled workers rather than individual visa holders? That's the first question.
Could you explain last portion, last explanation?
So what you're saying is earlier in HSMP, there was a forum for HSMP. They represented the HSMP workers and then they had a case and then won it. So similarly, do we have skilled workers forum to represent them and take the case and fight with the government? Is there a forum like that?
Definitely. We have hope as a lawyer. We could challenge based on the private life, based on the best interest of the child. Lot of rules are.
No. He's asking that rather than going to a lawyer and dealing it individually,
Yeah.
do we have a forum where that forum will collectively fight for skilled workers?
Yeah. Definitely, I am saying same thing. We can challenge through that forum.
So we have a forum.
Yeah.
No, we have to form a forum.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, in the future, when people are making applications, for example, if they make it 10-year route, you have to settle only in 10 years. But after completing 5 years, they still make an application. And if it is refused, all people who are in the similar criteria, they can join hands, make a forum or a group and challenge the decision as a group so that the costs can be shared.
Definitely. Then if it is we get the one decision, that precedent will prevail on all case. One group have to front in a fight. Then if it is success, chances are there. Success, that is the precedent of law, then all coming under this rule.
Okay.
Then
answer is currently you don't have one. We should form one to represent.
Every time, only after a particular decision is come up, similar people who have been refused in the same criteria category, then they
Okay.
can join hands, make a group. It need not be called a forum. It can be called whatever it is. Then
Okay.
challenge the decision with the help of a barrister.
Then that law will prevail. That decision
Okay.
will prevail on this law. That is
Okay,
our
got it.
confidence. Thank you.
Okay. And so I'm going on questions as it comes, right? So I might be jumping on different subjects, but thanks for both of you for taking the questions on spot and trying to answer. Thanks, Jazakallah. So the next question is, are there any change in spouse dependent visa, like salary threshold? Has there been any changes on the spouse dependent visa? Do you know? In your
Not
knowledge?
at the moment. Whatever is there already, it is the salary threshold is 29,000 pounds. So it remains. They are not going to change it as per the white paper.
Okay. So the next question, again, I'm putting it open, anybody can take. Is the new settlement ILR rule applicable for innovator visa? There's a category called innovator visa. Would the white paper impacts that as well?
Innovator, there is no new innovator visa anymore. So the previous ones who have got innovator visas, they can go by the settlement as of now. But due to these white paper changes, if they implement the 10-year route, then that will also be affected.
In my view, it is Mr. Our learned friend said is correct. Especially, I am adding in 2012 changes. We presume the business-oriented people more get the chances, like an innovator, different type of category may be coming out, like an entrepreneur, tier 1 entrepreneur, that type of new category may be coming in force.
Okay, so I'm not qualifying all the questions. I'm reading out as it comes. So, Brother Farid Ahmed says, does the new rule also mean that skilled worker visa will qualify for extension up to 10 years? If implemented, will the skilled worker visa have to leave the country? Question mark. So, do you understand the question?
No, can you please repeat it again?
Yeah, so the new rule mean that skilled worker visa will qualify for the extension up to 10 years. If it's implemented, will the skilled worker visa have to leave the country? So I can't understand the question, but I don't know whether you are able to.
Can I place the question myself?
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
அதாவது the question I'm trying to ask is இந்த skilled worker visa வந்து 5 இயர்ஸ்க்குன்னு வச்சுருக்காங்க. இப்போதைக்கு யூஸ்வலாக அது வந்து ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக ரெனியூ ஆகாது. அது வந்து ILR வந்துடும் because the previous rule you automatically get ILR and usually people apply for passport. So there is usually they don't permit you to keep on extending the same ILR because you automatically go for ILR. Now that they're extending it to 10 years, does that also mean that the skilled worker will automatically qualify for renewal for every 3 years so that they can achieve ILR eventually?
No, the question is, shall I rephrase the question for you, Mr. Farid?
Yeah.
I think your question you're asking is, okay, skilled worker visa, for example, if you have got it initially for 5 years, and you said it's automatically renewed. No, it is not automatically renewed. You have to get another COS from the same company and get it renewed for the next 5 years. And you have to go for settlement only after 10 years. If this white paper comes into effect.
That's the question. You answered my question. That's so it will be possible because sometimes they'll say after 5 years that they will not renew it.
No. If they put another restriction or because previously also they had something called cooling off period. You cannot remain in a work permit for more than 6 years. Then you have to go away, then remain in your country for 1 year or something. Then you have to apply for another work permit and come back. They called it cooling off period. We don't know whether they'll introduce such rubbish again. But if anything funny like that comes in, then we'll be affected. Otherwise, they should be renewing after 5 years. They can't put everything in one go, no? Making it 10 years to settle, But after 5 years, you have to leave. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I think we'll
Because a
move
lot
on
of
for
things
the.
that they're saying is not making sense. So that's why I asked.
No,
No.
understood.
No. If they implement that, that will not make sense. I'm not commenting about Farid's question of not making sense.
Right.
Okay. So I think we'll move to them. There's so many questions here. Thanks for your question. Second, the next question is, um, how about the private life visa route for a child not born in the UK but lived for 7 years? What is the route for ILR? Like a child not born in not born in UK but lived in UK for 7 years. What is the route for ILR? Is that something we can advise here, or is it generic? Or
If the child wants to apply for ILR after remaining here for 7 years lawfully, and the last period of residence must be under a private life route, only then the child can apply for ILR.
okay,
Mr. Navas, do you differ with this or?
okay, he's on mute. So I move on to the next question.
Yeah,
If
I am
you
appreciate his view. Okay, I am
okay,
appreciate that view.
you agree with that? Okay. So next is, if you change your visa from PSW to a job in NHS, should we need to pay the IHS charges?
If the
Do
NHS
you know?
job is in health and care sector, then it will not ask for IHS charges at all when you're making the application.
Mm,
You have to choose the appropriate category.
okay.
The NHS is giving a skilled worker visa sponsorship for this
Mm,
particular person, and there is a list of codes which fall under the health and care sector category. The moment you
okay.
choose that code, and the next time, next option is your job under the health and care sector category, you click that, then at the end, it will not ask you for immigration health surcharge at all.
Brilliant. Thank you for that answer. Next question from Abras Mohammed is, can university students who are on student visa in the UK apply for ILR?
Yes, if they do 10 years of lawful residence in the UK, they can apply for ILR.
Okay, good. Very straightforward. In the next question is from Syed Fahima Abdul Salam. In white paper, 10-year route for all, but social contribution may have 5 years route. Who all came under social contributors? I don't know
Nobody
what the
knows
question
as
is.
of now. The government has to declare who are all they are
Okay.
categorizing as people who are contributing to the society, contributing to HMRC, and in other ways, who are special, like in talent, in research, in science, and things. We don't know what are the categories they are going to put up. They'll give a list later. These categories of people are contributing to the society, so they can settle in 5 years. What they're going to put it in the list, nobody is aware.
Okay, I think there is another question, not on the white paper. It's a general question. I'm still,
Yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, yeah. So one brother is asking, my parents visited UK as a visitor sponsored by him, but unfortunately they passed away in the UK. Inna Ilahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. We paid all hospital bills. There was a palliative care at home by community nurses, GP. There was no clarity from anyone if he had to pay for it, and there was no invoice. So he's worried if these instances would affect his ILR. Do we have to make all this declaration when we do the ILR? Like,
But in the ILR application form, there is no question of did any of your family members claim benefit? They came in as visitors.
yeah,
But if they are visiting, only emergency treatment in the NHS is free.
yeah.
If it is a long-term treatment like operation or other things, it has to be paid for.
Mm,
So if there is any bill for them, he can contact the liaison unit in the hospital and ask if there is anything due on their part. But the application is not going to ask for, did your parents claim any public funds?
Now, his worry is when a search is done on his name, is any amount pending on to be paid? Will that be a cross-reference between this and the ILR application?
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. If he contacts the liaison unit of the hospital, they might be able to tell whether there is any due.
yeah, due. But if he hasn't paid, would that impact? That's the thing.
It's not, probably it may not come under his name, no?
Okay, the parent's name. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be in the parent's name. So any research or searchers may not come under his name.
Okay.
That's
So,
not a very clear question. It's a gray area.
yeah. We are not confidently able to say that it will affect or will not
We
affect.
can't
Yeah, but
give
I
misleading
understand what you
advice.
mean. In general, pay up all your dues, then you're clear from, that's what you're saying.
Yeah. Tailored fit program is need for that discussion.
Okay. So next question is, does the 10-year route applicable only to skilled worker route? Will it be considered a total of 10 years, including the past, irrespective of whatever work permit visa a person stayed? For example, 2015 to 2025 Tier 2 ICT, like that. So the multiple mixed cases, does all the categories of visas be totaled up for 10 years? How does the clock work? That's the question from brother
Yes.
Samir Din Aslam.
All the categories of visa which entitle someone which can lead to settlement. It should not sandwich anything like a visitor's visa. In between, there should not be things like visitor's visa, short-term student, things like that. Those will not lead to settlement at all. So anything else which can lead to settlement can be accumulated over a period of 10 years for them to apply for ILR.
Okay. I think
Am
I've
I
covered
clear,
all.
or it's still?
Yeah, you are clear. Residency visa.
Yeah.
Residency visa. In short, residency visa up to 10 years.
Up to 10 years. It can be made up of anything except visitors, things like that, which will not lead to settlement. It should not be, it should be a residency visa.
Yeah.
I think I've covered all the questions. There are some add-on questions to the answers. I'll open up the, people can ask. I think we have few more minutes, and then we'll wrap it up.
If there is anything, I'm happy to answer, even if it takes more time.
Okay, so until people ask any questions, so again, I'm going back to the original statement. So again, the current changes are still in white paper. We don't have to panic, but potentially the people who are already here might be impacted. Yeah, is that what you're saying? Yeah, it is not clear yet, and it's not a law yet. So, what else can you tell the public about the recent? Any more views to add on?
No, even though it is white paper, even if it becomes law, if they go about deciding based on this new law, still it is challengeable. That's all we can say.
Okay. Okay. Brothers and sisters, do you have any other questions? A panel is available for you for a few more minutes. And after this, we will post the contact details of them. And if you are interested in a follow-up meeting with more questions, we can, I'll check with them the availability. We can do again if you find this useful. We would also like to have some feedback how we want to structure it in future programs as well. Idea is to give a platform for you to come and ask your questions. So UKTM just merely creates this platform for our members to interact in a face-to-face format. Anybody wants to say anything or ask something? Otherwise, we can wrap it up.
was the useful meeting, Hanif, Jazakallah.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for your kind
Thank you.
words.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. I'll make a dua and we can finish, yeah?
Yeah.
ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Jazakallah for joining, and hopefully this meeting was useful to everyone. I thank Brother Navas and Brother Abdul for coming up and helping the community to understand the changes. Jazakallah again. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Walaikum
Walaikum
salam.
assalam. Thank you for this great opportunity for stand for the social
Thank you.
cause in the platform of the Tamil Muslim community. Jazakallah khair.
Thank
Inshallah,
you.
see you.
Thank you, UKTM and Brother Hanif, for organizing this event.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jazakallah.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.